Oh, good. For those who don't know me, my name's Ellie. I'm one of the leaders here, and as part of our Say What series, I'm going to be talking about the 5 love languages tonight. Who completed the love languages quiz? Was anyone surprised by the answer that they got?
No.
Was it exactly what you thought it would be?
I'm a touchy person. I like hugs.
So you already knew it?
Yeah.
Awesome. So for those who haven't done it or people watching online, we did post the link so you can chase it up later. But I'm just going to go through each love language. Sorry, Alex, we're now 2 slides in. Yeah. So the first one's physical touch. So that doesn't mean like sexual things or getting down and dirty. It can be hugs or back rubs or holding hands, those kinds of things. For some, it can be a simple handshake or high five that makes them feel appreciated. It's anything where 2 people are connected through any form of touch. The next one. Words of affirmation. So actions don't always speak louder than words. For people that are loved through words, compliments mean the world to them. Statements like, I love you, you're great, I appreciate you, will lift their spirits. And even more so when followed up with reasons why they are loved, great, and appreciated. Gifts. Awesome. So everyone loves gifts, but this doesn't mean that this group of people are materialistic either. So the receiver of gifts thrives on the love, thought, and the effort behind the gift, not the actual gift as such. So to them, it's about the sacrifice that was made to buy the gift. It's more so, you listened to something I wanted and went out and got it for me. Acts of service. I used to think that this love language was a bit odd. My mum felt loved when I vacuumed the floors for her or tidied the kitchen, and I was often amazed by something that I viewed as a chore made her feel like she was loved. It speaks volume to these people when we ease the burden of their responsibilities. They long to hear for the words, let me do that for you. And quality time. So nothing says I love you more than undivided attention given to these people. It's one thing to hang out with them, and for a lot of quality time people, that's enough. But it's a whole nother level to put your phone away, turn off the TV, and dedicate a window of time just for them. So tonight's going to be more of an interactive kind of asset. Around the room I have leaders with posters. I think I've got James has physical touch. Naomi's got words of affirmation. Bex has got gifts. Cassie's got acts of service. Tyler has time. If you guys want to move into what your love language is, that would be awesome. If you don't know what it is, pick one that you relate to. Which way?
That's all right.
Whoa. Are you guys all time? Is that like 5 people in acts of service? Your gifts? You've got 5 as well? Words? This is interesting. In your groups, I want you to discuss how you best receive love. So I've written it here. It's like, how do you best feel love? And then once you put some ideas together, I want you to think about how do you then communicate that to someone else? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
How show you your best love?
Yeah? Yes. So, discuss. PT.
Oh my god. I'm not even drunk And the three sugars.
I didn't consent to that.
Do not. Leave for free.
Yes, I figured.
I like hugs a lot. If any compliments me, he doesn't I usually come in and I go, oh my god, hi, hugs, 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 hugs. Because I don't get that from my mom and my dad. So, yeah.
Generally very touching, really person. I recognise a lot of people who are physically affectionate. This is why we get along.
So you and your family live close?
Good. How do I get people's attention back? Yeah. Good work, Naomi. Yeah, I'm ready. All right. Thanks everyone. How'd we go? Yeah? Awesome. So, all of you? Awesome. Oh, see ya. So before we get into sharing what we have all discussed, I'll just share a little bit more with you. So Gary Chapman came up with the 5 love languages, and in his book he talks about this thing called the love tank. Now, this is how he describes it. Every child is born with a love tank, and I compare it to a gas tank in a car. When the love tank is full, the world looks beautiful and we feel loved. When the love tank is empty, we feel discouraged and uncertain about ourselves and our relationships. Can you imagine what it would feel like if your love tank was constantly overflowing and therefore everyone in this room just felt loved all the time? That's the importance of knowing your love language. It's sharing it with other people and also understanding how to speak a different love language to someone else. So take this result of yours. I encourage you to share it. I encourage you to get the other people around you in your family, your friends, to do the same. Find out what their love language is. Because I can honestly tell you from first-hand experience that it works wonders. So like I mentioned before, doing chores around the house made my mum feel loved. And it took my brothers and I quite a while to understand it. We would often wonder what we've done wrong or why mum is grumpy. Now, don't get me wrong, my mum is a beautiful person, but anyone becomes cranky when their love language isn't attended to. So my brothers and I would tell her she looks nice, take her out for coffee, buy her flowers, which she appreciated. But if we came home and our rooms weren't clean or our dishes were everywhere or we hadn't done our weekly jobs, it would undo all of our loving gestures. She needed us to love her through acts of service first and foremost. Now, you may be sitting in a group of physical touch and be like, oh, but I like to be told nice things about myself too. Or I just want people to hang out with me. Because that's me. Just because your love language, your first one, might be touch, doesn't mean that words of affirmation or quality time aren't trailing very close behind. You're not limited to one love language, but it's how you're loved the best. You may also find that you prefer different love languages from different people. So in my inner circle, I want time and affection. But outside of that, I prefer words of affirmation. I feel loved and appreciated at work when I'm encouraged or praised. I don't want to be touched. I just want to take the time to highlight the importance of love languages. I'm not standing up here just talking about a bunch of nothing. The importance of love languages is often underestimated. It's the difference between having an awesome friendship with someone and becoming distant, or your relationship lasting forever or crumbling within a short space of time. It's learning that maybe the language you're speaking is not what the person hears in. If we take the time to learn our love language and communicate what we need to be loved, then hear what others need to be loved and apply it, you'll find quality relationships and friendships building and also sustaining. Also within our love languages, there are different levels of need. So I'll give you an example. My number one love language is physical touch, but I don't want everyone to touch me the same. From my boyfriend, I need to be cuddled, have my hand held and feel physical closeness. But from my friends and family, a hug or a kiss on the cheek is more than enough. Again, I can't emphasize the importance of knowing and applying the love languages and of filling that love tank of people around you. It seriously can be the make or break of a lot of relationships. So even in our leadership team, we have done the quiz and shared our results so we know how to care and love each other. Our team will be stronger than ever if we act out of a place meeting each other's love languages. So as we go around the room now, I really want you to focus on what the other groups are saying. Not so much about what your own group is saying, but how can you love someone that's different to you? It's easy to identify what we need, but how do we figure out what other people need? So I want you to look around the room, see where your friends are, people that you might interact with quite a lot, and see that they might love differently to you. And take a moment to think about other important people in your life. Where do you think they would be sitting if they were in the room tonight as well? Because if you've ever put the effort into loving someone and got no response out of them, it could be because you're not speaking their love language. I mean, sure, you can always ask people what they need, but what I'm hoping for after tonight is that you leave equipped with some knowledge of how to love someone differently to yourself. So I just want to go around, if one person from each group would just share a few things of how your group feels loved. If you guys want to start.
Our group was physical touch, and I think the most solid answer that we have was security. That we find security in holding hands and being embraced in that manner, and that's really important to us.
And how do we do that, apart from holding hands?
Like being embraced, so like hugging each other.
Oh, so actually
like,
closeness.
Yeah, and probably for me personally, like shaking hands. Yeah,
Oh.
That's a bit.
yeah, that's like that. That's exactly what I mean. That's my thing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
You guys are words? Yep.
Name is Dodge Millions. Well, we kind of said like, just like encouraging notes and having your loved one or just a friend say like, encourage you throughout the day or send you a text or come with us at appreciation posts on Facebook. So just like feeling that love through vocalizations.
That's awesome. Cool. Gifts?
So we had, it wasn't so much the materialistic side of it, it was the fact that someone actually had thought of us and had gotten us something that was what matters the most. Not so much the gift itself, but the thought behind it.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what the gift is?
Represent acts of service.
Sort of. I mean, it normally you just sort of give you've actually been listening to what they've said. And so that kind of thing.
Awesome. Acts of service.
They're just looking
A common thing in our business, if we look tired or if you've had a hard day and it's obvious, to stand up and be like, can I help you with something? Or I've made you dinner, something like that.
So it makes your workload less?
Yeah.
That's cool. time.
And for the first question, we think that undivided attention is amazing. It needs to be initiated by the other person. So, I mean, if we initiate it, that's great. If someone else was to initiate it, that's like the bomb. And spontaneity, like, let's just go and do stuff, not necessarily routine.
Yep.
So the second question, dropping subtle hints. We are all about subtle hints, right? Doing the activity to show them. So sometimes we might like go and do something with you and we'll be like, this is what we want. And the other one is subtle manipulation. We had that in there as well.
So, did you guys listen last week when Phil spoke about coded language? No, that's great. Awesome. No, that's good. That's good. All right.
Listen the first time. We have to do something.
So, as you can tell, there's actually a lot to know about love languages. I encourage you to look further into them about how you can communicate better, that you want people to hang out with you, but also how you can love people around you. My wish is that you take one of two things out of tonight. To know your own love language, to embrace it and to share that. Communicate that this is what I need to feel loved, because you'll love better when you feel loved yourself. The second thing is, how can you love someone else? Is whether they be the same love language as you, but more so if they're different, is that I hope you've got a few different ideas from different groups of how you can love someone that's different to you. The next slide, Alex, is a quote I love is, be somebody that makes everybody feel like a somebody. Now, it's a bit of a mouthful, but we can do that through learning and acting on love languages. I'll be posting a few images up on the Bridge Builders page that explains just love languages a little bit more and what to do and don't for each one. But also your pack leaders have it, so grab one when you go into packs. I hope you dive a little deeper into the love languages as you do move into packs. And my challenge for you this week is to love one person differently. I'd love to hear about what you do next week.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 7 o'clock Bridge Builders News. We're currently running about 5 to 10 minutes behind schedule, so we're going to get straight into it. Over to Ali with the sports report.
And WBAB is coming up in 2 weeks' time. That is March the 5th. It starts at 6 p.m. at the office. If you want to let Phil know or wait for your invite to come out, it'd be awesome. And then you can be a member. And back to Josh at the news desk.
Thanks, Ali. Our assets are now on YouTube and ready to watch, so head on over and give them a listen. Back to you, Ali.
Thanks, Josh. The cabaret is coming up in a few weekends' time. It's Saturday the 3rd of March. There are still places left. If you want to attend, it's $70, or you can sign up still on the sheet to volunteer. Remember that it is an over 18s event. And just in, the 5-cent campaign is still going. So if you want to still put your 5-cent pieces in to Naomi or the buckets around the office.
Thank you, Ali. Now on to more important matters. We have the tribes. We've got the most important team, the Golden Gladiators, and the not so important team, the Red Warriors. If you'd like to jump teams, please speak to either of our judges. They'll be waving their hands right now. Wave your hands. And they'll give you a challenge to do next week in order to change teams. That's all we've got for the news tonight. I'm Ron Burgundy. Stay classy, San Diego. Thanks, Ali. Our assets are now up on YouTube and they're available and ready to watch. So head on over and give them a listen. Thanks, Ali. Our YouTube assets are on YouTube on assets. Prep myself. It's going. Yeah. I'm not ready. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round.